unique position to do this. We had to prove she was really missing, but that was just the first hurdle. From then on, there were many, many challenges in a journey that was often very stressful and heartbreaking. Undoubtedly, podcasts have changed the landscape of investigative journalism, but as we discovered, success has its challenges, not just because it has many fathers, as the saying goes, but because of the level of commitment required. Media is often praised when shining a light in dark corners, but if a network or newspaper appears to benefit in any way, they're suddenly seen as exploitative. For the record, at the time of writing this, the Seven Network spent far more money on this investigation than it made. Their support was helped by the podcast's popularity and other media picking up the story, but the momentum wasn't constant, and at times I was required to justify the cost. It's been a roller coaster of emotions quite separate from what we were trying to achieve, which was justice for a woman who had been missing for more than 2 decades and whom the authorities continued to ignore, despite the desperate pleas of her daughter. This book tells the story of Marion and others who fell victim to a man who preys on human vulnerability for his own gain without remorse. It's also about what it takes to chase the truth and how much it costs. And it's about the virtue of going into battle to fight for what's right, even though you may not win. There were times when I thought I'd lose my job or be told we could not continue. We ploughed on regardless, knowing that what we were doing was bigger than us. That persistence and perseverance paid off in ways none of us could have imagined. Alison Sandy, executive producer and co-creator of the podcast, The Lady Vanishes. Prologue. Willie. It isn't his size or his reputation. The thing that makes your blood run cold is his smile. Rick Blum shuffles past the open doorway to the small meeting room where Alison Sandy and Brian Seymour are working feverishly to transcribe the testimony he has just given in the coroner's court. As Seymour looks up, Blum cannot resist breaking into a broad grin, fixing him with an intense stare. After nearly 3 full days on the witness stand, Blum has revealed himself to be a mass of contradictions. He uses a wheelie walker to move slowly to and from the courthouse, his shoulders slumped and head down, yet on the stand he's often energetic, animated, and highly attentive. He gives detailed accounts when justifying his actions, but then appears confused and lost for words when confronted with an incongruity he can't explain. And he lies, over and over again. By the time he became an octogenarian, Blum must have thought he would live out his life in anonymity, remembered only by the fractured members of his family and the women whose lives he has ruined. He is tall, about 6 feet 2 inches, with a mop of white hair and a matching beard cut fairly short. He looks strong, with a hulking frame. He was born Willie Coppignol in Tournai, an ancient and picturesque riverside town in Belgium, in 1939. He would tell people that his family was wiped out in Nazi death camps, which is untrue. His talents as a confidence trickster emerged in early adulthood, and he spent a lifetime honing his skills, hardened by periods of incarceration and tested across multiple countries and jurisdictions. He claims he studied pre-Columbian civilization as a young man at the Academy of Arts in Belgium, and that he earned money drafting and decorating. He then enlisted in the Belgian Gendarmerie in 1958. He suffered a debilitating injury in 1960 or thereabouts.